Bonjour, I have a question for you, for men, for you men. Why are you so intrigued, so fascinated by woman's breast? Not iron breasts, but woman's breasts. That is the question of the day, or of all centuries, because I assume men in former centuries were also very fascinated by the breast. Well, apparently a study has showed that men are not staring at the breast in the first place when meeting a woman. So either it's my imagination, or perhaps it's not all the guys and it's just a question of how you're dressed up. Because, for instance, today I have a low neck, so all that me or another woman who's wearing a low neck is going to be looked at in this appropriate place, that is the breast. Well, so on the other hand, we are kind of throwing a cable, if the expression is good, when wearing a low neck. But this is very funny to see how men can be so distracted, and when seeing a woman with a low neck or wearing something that enhances the breast and the bra and everything that's located here. And that's very impressive sometimes to see, like men when they are driving, for instance, how much impact an advertisement has got thanks, well, I don't know if I can say thanks to, but to a woman posing for a magazine or any kind of ad, or any kind of, of item, and then wearing a very, they're wearing, I don't know, a bra or a swimsuit, and then it's obvious, and I know that because even I, as a woman, I look at it, so I can figure out a man appealed by a woman, how strongly he can be struck by a woman's breast when driving, you know, if you see that. And usually these breasts are kind of beautiful when you see them. So that's something funny about men, but breast has always been something that for some reasons are pretty much mysterious on the other hand for guys, even when displayed. So there is another thing I would like to talk about, is the difference between guys and, well, men and women when they see someone of the opposite sex in the first place. What do they look at? What are they glancing at? So in a woman, in general, well, for instance, I know, and I'm not lying, that I'm looking at the man's eyes already. Definitely, this is the first thing I look at. But right after that, I will probably have a look at his shoulders and his butt. Yes, that's true. I will have a look at his butt. But that will not be the first thing I will look at. And there is something, the smile as well. I will say that I first look at the eyes and the smile. Well, both things are, both the eyes and the smile are the things I'm looking at in the first place. And then I said other part of the man on his body, that is, well, the shoulders, the butt, and especially if he's turning around, we'll have no choice but looking at the butts. But that's a funny word that looks alike. There are funny words that look alike. Pardon my English. I think I'm probably a little mesmerized by my own speech. No, I'm kidding. And so what men are looking at, apparently in the first place, are also the eyes, according to some surveys and when I'm asking for some friends what they are looking at, and from what I've heard, is it true or not? I don't know. I'm not a man, so I can't tell. But I would say, yeah, a lot of men who are more likely to be, well, if you don't have, for instance, if women don't wear a low neck, they won't look at the breast in the first place. And even if they've got a low neck, I think that guys who are either shy or who have some social skills will try not to look at the breast in the first place, even if they've noticed it, because there's a low neck, and I'll forgive the men to look at the low necks or the breast in the first place if it's very showy, you know, because of the dress, because of the clothing you're wearing. And so it seems that they look at, yeah, just like the woman, first thing the eyes, then the smile, and then comes the height and the weight as well. About the difference between men and women's features and what they are attracted to when looking at the opposite sex features, is that whether a breast is small, big, tiny, well, it's always beautiful, and besides, it has always been a subject of fascination that a man will never be able to compete with. I mean, there's nothing in a man's body that can really compete with the woman's breast. And let's not be hypocrite. Therefore, probably there are so many pictures, paintings, well, let alone videos and pictures. But then this is another story about a woman's breast. And the hair seems to be the thing that both women and men look right after the height or weight of the person they've got in front of them. Usually for the woman, the skin comes in the last resort. The last thing they will look at will be the skin. And as for the men, it would be probably the nose. I said probably because, once again, it's probably not all the men who are staring at the same things and women who are staring at the same things. There are always exceptions. Still, it remains nonetheless that the breast is something the guy seems to look at kind of immediately. And the fun thing about it is that when you make survey, guys never say, never admit that they're staring at the breasts. Well, not that they're ashamed of it, but it sounds probably a little gross for men to say so, or I don't know, I haven't a clue. My question will be, why do you guys call it the boobs in English? Because this is a fun word, definitely. And, well, I think if men are interested by the breasts, it's maybe because it's just completely sensual and it's got something sexual. Well, this is well, probably the easiest explanation I can give, and probably the truth. What do you think about it?